that is the infancy, head, and your staff, junior, head, and your staff, and of course the SDA. And I also want to acknowledge the DA, whom, from what I have seen from here, I think the credit also goes to you. Because if your schools are doing well, then that means you are doing well. So we want to acknowledge that. I also want to acknowledge the team that I came with from head office. The PD could not be with us because of other engagements. And I know the PD, the director, Provincial Education Director for Harare Metropolitan City, should have been with us here, but there is death in the family. So that's why he is not here, but otherwise he should have been here. And we also have sister ministries that are here. There is the PD for Psycho Motor Department in the President's office. There is Maima Zinga here. I don't know, yeah, Maima Zinga, because this is next to their hearts. So that's why they are here, especially to witness how the psychomotor skills are being developed from an early age. So they are here to witness that. We also have our sister ministry, Ministry of Sports, Culture, Arts and Culture. They are here. If you can stand up, madam, so that they see you. We work very closely with them. So they are here to also witness and identify talent, because that's where they get their pit and drops from, and all those other talents from, and then they will take and start nurturing them until they are of international standards. And we want to thank you for that. I just want, before I move on to my speech, to actually acknowledge and thank the SDA for the work that we are doing together with the school management. And I can see that you seem to be moving along the same path in terms of your goals and what you aim to achieve here. I want to tell you that even here in Harare, we are having problems. There are wars between school heads or school management and SDAs or SDCs. And the main reason is money. You know, the levies that are being collected. Some of the SDAs or SDCs think it's employment. When the parent body appoints them to represent the parent body, they think they are already employed. So this is the other problem that we are facing. Maybe parents be warned. Next time when you choose those that should represent you, make sure you choose those of a caliber that want to develop the school, not to reap from the school. So these are the other problems that we are facing. And probably we will also try, if you identify those role models, because we can't sort of paint them with the same brush. Because what normally happens is, we will then say all SDAs or SDCs are like mercenaries. Yet that is not the case. And I want to thank you for that. And then as the school choir was on the stage, that is quite impressive. And you can actually identify the talent. There is talent there. And we are saying the new curriculum is that focus. Where we are saying, teachers, you are to do more than just making them pass ZIMSEC. We are going beyond ZIMSEC, because we now want you to profile these children from ECD, A, right up to A level. You profile them, and you will not be surprised that what you identified at 4-year-old, you'll find even at high school, some of those traits and attributes will still be prominent. And I always give an example of my daughter. We were in Gweru then, and she went to preschool. And the teachers at that preschool in Gweru, it was Gweru preschool, right in town, they identified that she had the knack for art. She was an artist. She was very good. She would actually come up with artistic work. And that was identified at preschool level. They also identified a negative on her in that she gets attached to friends. And that was the report that we got. And when she then went to Cotton Selu, when we were now in Harare, Cotton Selu did the same thing about her talent in art. And they said when she goes to Form 1, make sure she goes to a school that teaches art. And we sent her to the convent. And she was doing art. She did art as one of the subjects from Form 1. And the attachment is still there now as an adult. She's an adult. But you still see those traces of attachment, getting attached to friends. And she is an architect. But where did it come from? From preschool. She's a qualified architect who is practicing now. So you find the profile that you come up with about these little ones will mold their life, especially if they are profiles that are meant to build and develop the child, not profiles that will discourage progress, because that can also happen. The other teacher said, my daughter is not a university material. That was in grade 5. And I was told she is not a university material. And I said, at grade 5, we have already identified that she is not a university material. Sure, grade 5. And this was at the same place, Coaching Selu. Yeah. So you see what can happen. So I am saying those talents should be nurtured. And I think it is important that we also conform to the new curriculum, because the new curriculum is going to be implemented this year. And of course, we have also to prepare the teachers. We have started on that, and we have sent information through your DOs. If they are not communicating to you, then you are hearing it from me now. Because there is what we call teacher capacity development. And this teacher capacity development is open to all teachers at all levels. It doesn't, the door has not been closed, and we are saying government will actually pay the tuition fees. You are not paying the fees. And we are also saying you are not going to be disadvantaged in terms of your salaries, because you are actually going back to school during school holidays. So it doesn't disturb the teaching that is currently taking place. If anything, is enhancing, because when you come back better than you were when you went for this session. So it's actually during the school holidays, and we are also saying with technology you should be able to get your assignments whilst in situ or at your schools, because there must be a way of getting your assignments and for you to do the assignments and send to the respective university. So the forms are there. Get the forms from the DOs. Don't listen to what they say that it's only 5 that are required from from this district. That is not true. And this program was initiated by His Excellency, and he even commandeered the Minister of Finance to find money or get fired. So he had no choice. He had to look for money. We don't know where he got the money from, but he did. He got some money. And UNICEF came in also. And so at the moment, we have around 4 million for that program. So take advantage of that program. If you don't have a diploma, you can do a diploma. And the programs are there. You don't just choose and wake up and say, I want to go and do some funny courses. We are looking at those areas that are critical as well and working with universities. It's either a diploma, first degree, master's. If you want to do your master's, the opportunities are there. And we have just a few places for PhD, those that want to do their PhD. And what we do is we give you the areas that we would want those that have opted for PhD to do the researches in. You don't just come up with, we give you an area, and from that area you can choose a topic. So the onus is on the teachers. I'm sure it's some form of incentive that the ministry or government is also extending to teachers. But coming back to why we are here, I wish to express my appreciation for this opportunity to officiate at this early childhood development science fair, where ECD learners are going to showcase their, or are already showcasing their scientific products. It is interesting to note that the Zimbabwe Science Fair has extended the science exhibitions to ECD learners, because in January it was the secondary school level. As we are all aware, the primary school education is now a 9-year program, which is divided into the infant education module comprising ECD A and B and grades 1 and 2, and the junior education module for grades 3 to 7 classes. The new curriculum therefore provides age-appropriate science, technology, mathematics, and entrepreneurship content to equip learners with life skills. And we are starting from this formative age to inculcate them into maybe business people of tomorrow, not just people who will be looking for jobs, but who at the point of exiting can actually survive, because they will come out with some skills. In this regard, teachers should ensure equal participation by both male and female learners in all areas of education, including the sciences, from as early as ECD. Such an approach to these subjects impacts positively by nurturing learners to be innovators and inventors who can contribute to the country's economy. I think we have already seen the exhibitions, and it's quite impressive because they were able to explain even that toy car. You could see that the child actually did that on his own, because he was able to explain. He was turning the wire car, and he was showing us where he had to bend, what he had to do, and how he actually, the steering and everything. It was not really a case where parents come in to do the work for them. And that is quite impressive. And as such, we are already inculcating an inquiry mind a mind that is curious. And kids are always like that. That's why when you buy a toy, especially those automatic toys, they break them. Because they want to find what is it that is making this toy move. And guess what? The mothers will then beat the child. You are killing creativity. Because let them find out and then engage them and say, what did you find? Yes, I know it's very painful because you have spent a lot of money, but you don't know what you are doing. Look at the bigger picture than what might have happened at that point in time. So I hope we will also change. And the other thing also that we do to kill initiatives, especially as mothers, is that you saw the exhibitions. They will bring the exhibitions home. And to you, you are looking at it as junk. You see? And what do you do as soon as the child, and you can see they will be beaming with excitement, and they are expecting you to reciprocate. You know, they come and they think you would hug and you know, shower them with praises. And what do? They face the body language, you know, and you take and say, oh no, yes, that's, and they are very clever. They can say, I don't think this is good enough, without you saying so. And then you might say, let's put it here. Sisi will see where to pack it. And sometimes in the end, Sisi will take that and throw in the bin. And what does it mean to the child? What I brought is rubbish. And it won't help. The efforts that you are making here will not yield any fruits. So when you get the work that is coming from here, cherish that work. And let them explain. So take time. Don't surrender them, kunana sisi. Let them explain. Sit down, father, mother, you young parents. Sit down, you must have time with your children. Sit down and say, can you explain what was this? What is it that you were doing in class? And so forth. No, what we are going to do is we will put this in your room. You see? So that you can see it every morning, something like that. Or in the dining room or in the sitting room where we all see, we will have it for a week. And then after a week, you can then say, why don't we open a file? And have a file. And then you have all this work in a file. You see? And that powerful message will actually make your child go another mile. So I think let's take heed there. Let's not throw innovations in the bins. Science education is a critical component of the curriculum for all levels, from the primary to tertiary education levels. Children acquire problem-solving skills and can chart their destiny with ease. Science fairs should give ECD learners an opportunity to apply the scientific methods to conduct independent research and experiments which enable them to design various models such as toys, gadgets, and other innovations at their developmental stage, which is what we saw when I was taken round. Mind you, these whiz kids are the digital natives. And digital natives, and what are we? Digital immigrants. That is what we are called. If you did not know. When you are stuck with your cell phone, who comes to your aid? These toddlers. When there is a problem with the TV in the home, you are looking for them, but they have not been to school. And they come because they are not afraid to experiment. They are the ones who come and they fix it. They, Mama, come back, I fixed it. So let's not underplay their